Welcome back, everyone. It has been a while, been real busy at work. I wanted to get this video out earlier than planned, but I'm finally doing it today. We are live. Everyone, first off, happy Memorial Day. And I've been asked this a lot, especially on LinkedIn, what my gear is for running, working out, and just overall, walking, fitness, jujitsu. Haven't been back to the jujitsu yet, unfortunately, just because all that I have going on with work, my own thing on the side that I just got up and running. I'm going to put a video on that this week as well. Go over everything with you guys. There's been a lot going on, busy wise, trying to get my own thing up and running, which I finally officially did. So now I could get back on track with the certs. But however, back to this video, I'm going to go over just what I use for my workout gear for hybrid training. And let's jump right into it. So first off, I use a heart rate monitor. This one is the generation before. Now I believe it's a white color, or whitish color, egg white color. There is another one as well, but I don't like that because it's still good. I like these. I forgot the model name. They're Garmin, but I forgot the model name. I like these ones because if I don't have my watch, obviously doing jujitsu or swimming or whatever. Well, actually, I do have my watch for swimming, but like jujitsu or any other sports where I can't have my watch, they will still count your steps. So I use the older one, Garmin. It is all wrinkled and effed up from jujitsu. I got to buy two more pairs. This one's old. I'm going to buy one just for running, everything else, and then one strictly just for jujitsu because this shit reeks. Now for running, I have four pairs of shoes, different pairs of shoes, because I go off the 250, 300 mile, and I track those within my Garmin. So every 250, 300 mile, that might be a little bit more aggressive, but I try to get at least between 30 and 50 miles a week. Now these two pair I bought in February and then one in March. They are the same model, just different colors. So I bought these ones first in third week of February. These are the On Cloud Monster 2s. Then I got these ones in March. Same thing, just different color. More of the runner style color, which is actually my first time ever getting some of that color. I like On running shoes. Those are my go-to shoes for working out and running. Right now I haven't really ran anything long distance, and what I consider long distance for myself only, I'm not making the rules or anything, is anything over 12 miles and up. I haven't done anything in these ONs. However, these did work, no issues at all in 10 miles. 10 point something, it was one of the badges. I think it was the 15K badge for Garmin, because I like doing all the badges. I'm addicted to those. So it was like 10.2 or 10.3, something like that. No issues. Now, what I did ran, and I haven't ran anything over 11 miles in Texas since I moved here. Last time was June of 2020. And for that, the only running shoes that worked for me for that long distance was Hoka's. They were the Rincon. I think they were the first or second models. There's a 2019, so it was one of those two. I had the all black ones. Those ones worked perfect for me. Now, as far as for tracking my weightlifting, running, walking, I'm gonna start biking soon again, just like during my lunchtime. If I don't walk, or if I get the 30 miles a week already, I'm just gonna substitute that with biking. Hopefully I could get a downhill bike, but I'm going to ride my son's 29er since he's out in California. He left on Saturday morning. But what I use to track, and I will never go to another watch. I've worked at Apple. Apple watches are not for me. They're annoying. They are not fitness worthy in my opinion. They also cheat once they build up your recognition. They did on the Apple Watch 3 at least. For working out or whatever, all you would have to do is just hit it and it would just go burn up calories while I'm just sitting down fucking playing video games. The only watch I go to is Garmin. This right here is the Fenix 8 Sapphire, 51, was it 51? 50, yeah, 51 MMs. This is the biggest one. I didn't want to go with the AMOLED because I like the solar functionality. And I don't really need a beautiful screen on my watch. I'm not blind. So I love that watch because it is really, really great. It tracks literally everything. And yeah, you can't go wrong with Garmin if you're into fitness. You know, when I go back to California, to the beach, I'm in the ocean swimming. This year I plan on going back, going to do some surfing, free diving. Going to get back into that habit, going there at least 2 times in the summer. You know, I go hiking. I want to try to find some spots here in Texas. For me, the hiking was going to Big Sur, Pfeiffer Beach, Pfeiffer Campsite, McWay Falls. So on the Pfeiffer Campsite, if you take it all the way down to the gorge where it says do not enter, that's the kind of shit I did as far as hiking on my own. McWay Falls, going down there, you know, hiking, finding your way down, and then coming back up where people are looking like, you guys are fucking nuts. So that's the kind of stuff I did. Also Quicksilver in the Bay Area, you know, doing 14 to 25 miles of hiking in a day. And also that's before a 5-6 mile run. So that's the kind of stuff I want to get back into, especially in the summertime. They don't have those kind of things in Texas, obviously, which is horrible. Again, I want to get back into downhill mountain bike riding, racing. Looking forward to either getting another Santa Cruz V10 or the Transition. I think it's a TR11, I believe. One of those 2 bikes, or, you know, if Yeti comes out with theirs, I still haven't seen it available. I actually looked at their website a couple weeks ago. It still says a quote unquote demo bike or prototype demo bike, some shit like that. I would rock that Yeti. I've never ridden one myself. I've ridden a Yeti mountain bike, but not the downhill one. I would definitely try that. It looks amazing, but I'm probably going to go with the Santa Cruz V10. Now, as far as weightlifting, I don't wear any gloves. I don't wear any wrist straps. I don't wear any weight belts. I'm not knocking people that do. It's just never been my thing. If I need to wear a weight belt lifting heavy squats or deadlifts, then that means I got to train my lower back muscles. And I shouldn't be lifting that much weight because you need support. Same with your wrists. Build up your forearms. I've just never been like that. That's how my coaches and my dad taught me. If you need extra help, then you probably shouldn't be lifting that weight. So now I understand there are people with injuries that might need that. But if you're injury prone or you have an existing injury or something that could hinder or come back, I wouldn't recommend that, but to each his own. That's pretty much what I do for fitness. I know this isn't a cybersecurity, but a lot of cybersecurity people need to get healthier. There's a lot of them that aren't healthy. And you could tell that by working with them, seeing how they function. You know, every other day they need a timeout because they got a headache. They're always getting sick, stuff like that. You know, that goes a long way. And I'm proud to say I have never called in sick. So, you know, I've never said I need to, and I'm not knocking anyone. Like I said, everyone has their own thing, but I've never called in sick. I will not call in sick. I don't give a shit if I have the flu. I was asked respectfully to leave the office because I came in with shingles and I almost lost my right eye. Or left eye. That's just how I'm built, how my DNA is built. So again, I'm not judging everyone. That's just how I am. That's how I look at it as a man. So now let's jump into why I like the Garmin app. So as you can see, I have slacked off a lot this week, let alone this month, just because I've been trying, like I said, I finally got my own thing on the side up and running, which I will talk about in a video this week. So now I could get back into normal on the YouTube stuff. You know, I still have a couple more small things to do, but they shouldn't impact my schedule. But, you know, getting that up and running, all that stuff. I'll go over that in the video, but this month wasn't good. However, I'm still going to meet my 300K minimum steps. I'm going to get most of the badges. 50-mile, you know, all that stuff. I don't really do the biking unless, you know, when I had my bike, like I said, I'm going to start that it'll be June next week. I don't think I'll have enough time this week to get those miles. But anyway, I always, the three key things for me is sleep score, especially being older, being on TRT. Sleep is going to help, your body recover, function better cognitive functions and all that shit, focus. But more importantly, especially for a man, it's going to help your testosterone, HGH levels get not only, as best as they can, but also be producing. When you don't sleep well, it ruins your testosterone, HGH, etc. So this is the big one for me. Second for me is going to be heart rate. I want to get my heart rate. I had it one time, however, 42, 44 on average resting heart rate when I'm sleeping. I think my mom has hers at 38 because she does a lot of high endurance running and, like daily 9 miles and shit like that. And usually those guys, those kind of people, guys and girls, have lower resting heart rates because of their, what they put their body through, how they train, etc. So if I could get mine to 42, 44 average resting daily, obviously if you go out late, you have alcohol, you drink, you party, that's going to affect it. Not just affect your average weekly, but it's going to affect it that night. And sometimes, when I've really partied hard a couple times, my resting heart rate was at 70. And I'm talking like taking shots, fucking 20 beers, 7 old fashions, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots on top of that. That's not good to do that every weekend. But I do that once in a while. I like to live life, it happens. But if I could get this on a consistent basis, this lets me know that I'm at a nice, healthy level, just training my heart. So people think that this was an issue for me as well. Weightlifting, bodybuilding means you're healthy. It does not mean you're healthy. A lot of those people that do bodybuilding, and that was me back when I was, that's honestly why I didn't play football in college. And that's what I wanted to be in my profession, believe it or not. If you don't do cardio, your body is going to pretty much be irrelevant, meaning it's not going to be able to function. You're not going to be able to last to do a sprint. Most people after what is it? Some in their 20s, 22, 23, they never sprint again. And at least for men, from the statistics I read. So heart rate is what keeps you going. It's what's going to keep you healthy and live long. Your cardiovascular is key for everything. Athletics, endurance. Key thing for cybersecurity is it is key to manage your stress levels. If you have a lower heart rate and you put your body through that stress, you're going to be able to handle stress during an incident response, tabletop exercise, being able to think on the fly, make those critical, fast, twitch decisions that are going to have high impact not only on the organization but on you as well. And I'm going to have to deal with CISOs, execs, C-suite, etc., and handle that stress and be at a cool, calm, heart rate. You're not going to be sweating. You're not going to be stuttering. You're not going to be feeling sick. Building yourself up and having your body used to that stress is going to help in that situation. And you see that a lot in cybersecurity, that people can't handle stress because they never put their body on, into it, never put their body to get used to it. So that is a key thing for me. And then obviously how much stress you have in a day would be third. That's going to be key as well, because if you're constantly going 100 miles an hour, 24/7, you're going to probably stroke out or have a heart attack sometime. You got to monitor your stress. I can't sit at the computer working 24/7, 8 hours a day straight. There's no fucking way. I'll go do my run first thing in the morning, knock out emails, get everything I need to do to set up. I'll either go to the gym during lunchtime or I'll take a 5 to 6 mile walk. If it's five miles, it's going to take me an hour and a half, but I still get my 8 hours into work a day. So, and then also sometimes you're not going to have that. You're going to have to punch out in cybersecurity, especially being offensive security, being an FTE as internally, you're not always constantly hacking or pen testing or red teaming 24/7 as you were as a consultant from an external standpoint. So I do take advantage of that, and I am thankful for that. Now, that being said, doing my own thing, getting ready, that's going to be a whole different story. And I'm going to have to manage and redo my calendar and my workouts, etc., for that when that time comes. There is blood pressure as well. Once I get this back up and running, let me see if I could do this. So when I did my blood pressure, this is my blood pressure readings, 106 to 119. This is my average from when I did it. I haven't done it in a while. I've been lazy, but this is what I like to get my blood pressure as. Again, doing cardio, not just doing cardio to do cardio, but you have to have a cardio plan, or else you're going to get hurt. You're not gonna grow. You're not gonna get the benefits that that are gonna make you run faster and make you run longer and faster at the same time, which is why I like to do the hybrid training route. However, when you do those types of cardio, stress, long, easy runs, it builds your base. The high intensity threshold, tempo, and then also I like to do the interval. Tempo, I switch those off every other week, and then I'll do an interval. Those are what's going to build your VO2 max, make your blood vessels more elastic, which hence is going to help you with your blood pressure. Now, blood pressure for me, I'm not a doctor. This is me only. They thought I had high blood pressure, especially when I was on TRT. Come to find out, when you do an actual full blood panel, homeocysteine, I forgot the abbreviation of it. Anyway, I take a supplement over the counter, and now the inflammation's gone. So that's, and a lot of doctors won't do that. So make sure you have a good doctor that is going to go through everything and not just pump you with meds. If that's the first case and they say no, it's time to find another doctor. Especially my doctor, I love the California doctors because they're more on trying the whole different route. I'm not knocking Texas doctors, but just from my experience a bit, my experience from California doctors is they're going to find different routes, use different methods that aren't mainstream, meaning people haven't been, conditioned to think, oh, I need a medication to take another medication to take another medication. They're going to actually find the root cause, and then also work with your partner or provider that does your TRT and share the same blood results. I get my blood done every 3 months for my TRT and my peptides, and then I also do it I do it 2 years with the overall full blood panel with my doctor, and they share the same thing. So it just works out great for me, and that's what you want, right? That's how I do it. That's what my body is, or everyone's body's different, so you got to find what works for you. But I would recommend, if a doctor's just going to slap you on a medication to mask this, to mask that, I would recommend definitely getting a different doctor. But back to the blood pressure, this is what I like, my range right here. Now when I did this, and before this, I went to the hospital because I didn't. At first, I got diagnosed with costochondritis, TSC syndrome, when I got my car accident, hence why I got this big ass scar, and I got the dashboard that went through my arm here. That scar, I got diagnosed with that when I started downhill riding again. I fell, and ever since then, like, this part of my chest is out a bit more if you rub it. You can't really see it when my shirt's off, but if you feel it, it's raised. And that's because of the cartilage is always inflamed. At first it got diagnosed as costochondritis. Then it went to TSC syndrome because it does come and go. Only when I go really heavy on incline dumbbells and bench, or incline bench, when I go super heavy, that's when this thing was out. They gave me a Terodol, some shit, relaxed the shit out of me, and my blood pressure, they thought I had low blood pressure. It was at a 101 to I think 102. Because I didn't know Terodol. I know it was like a higher step of inflammation medication, but I didn't know it really gets your body to a relaxed state. And that's what literally, they were like, holy shit, do you have low blood pressure? Because when I went in, they thought I had high blood pressure because I was in fucking pain. I was like, no, I don't have high blood pressure. But I told them my stuff when you go to the ER, and sometimes they look at me like, what the hell? So I go, how can, 20 minutes, I went from high blood pressure to low blood pressure. But my point is get it low as you can, because different things happen in life. People come and go as far as death. Life changes, you know, all kinds of shit happens. This gets impacted with stress, and this also happened to me too with my brother. However, yeah, it's not bad short term, but if it's consistent long term, and I mean, didn't happen to my brother, it happened to me, thinking about what happened to my brother and how I'm going to be able to take care of him when he's older. Long term, this does impact you in the body if you don't correct it. Knowing how to deal with your stress and manage it, this will affect you long term. Always being stressed out, having panic attacks, anxiety. If you don't get that under control long term, and it's raised, that is the root cause of your blood pressure raising. Long term, that's going to have some critical and major health effects on you. Trust me, it will scare the shit out of you. Do the best you can, and that's also one of the reasons why I am hampering down on my exercise, because this does help. Let's see. I love the badges. I'm at level 6, 824. May, like I said, was not that good for me. I think this one was the first one. This one was the first one of May. So not bad, but as far as my numbers, they're not good either. Anyway, that's the video. I just wanted to touch on, because people ask me on LinkedIn what I do for training and health. I don't really do anything, crazy out the box. I will say, when I do jiu-jitsu, I do wear a right ankle brace, just because I'm supposed to still have surgery. This has happened as well. When I got my accident in downhill racing, this was when I did line wire for the races at North Star in Tahoe. Went down, and I pretty much, my ankle, when I'm on my toes for jiu-jitsu, it just feels like my ankle just sinks, or my leg just sinks into my ankle. I can't go on my toes. It just gets weak, and I got to have some stuff prepared. Still haven't done it yet. But I'll probably, if I do it, it'll probably be the week of or around Thanksgiving. But other than that, that is all my gear that I wear. Obviously, I do use the phone to track the Garmin app and stuff like that, But that is it, guys and girls. That is my workout gear. This isn't a cybersecurity, but it is, because you got to maintain your health, your focus, cognitive functionality, and most importantly, manage your stress and cybersecurity. So that's the video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think, and on to the next one. I'll see you guys back. Now that I am back onto my schedule, I got the majority of the stuff done and completed, and catch you guys on the next one. Have a fun and safe Memorial Day. Peace out.